Hey guys, I'm Ahmad Hashar and welcome to this tutorial. In this video, we'll be learning how to create voice-based or conversational applications, or for the web, or basically create skills for your Amazon Alexa. If you don't know what Amazon Alexa is, basically it's a personal assistant. If you know that. You can basically have that personally the gadget in your home, and you can ask any questions just like Siri or Google. Now I guess now they're no longer called Google now. So basically Amazon Alexa is, like I said, a personal assistant. Now you don't really need a personal assistant to actually test this application and start building things up. Now what I found is a web service called the Storyline.io. I'm going to talk about that service in a minute now, but here's something crazy that I'm actually doing for this video. And I don't know, I think this bug will be solved very soon. I think it's a pretty early sneak peek into the service. I'll tell you what it is. I'm using Safari here to build things, and if I want to actually test my application, I'm going to use Google Chrome, because initially it prompts me to actually use Google Chrome, but for some reason I'm not able to actually build anything there. I'm not able to get the editing features here on this. I'll show you guys what happens in a minute. Anyways, so all you need is a web browser. It's perfect. It's 100% free, at least as for now, and it allows you to actually create those voice-based applications. I'll tell you what it means. It's not just a bot, but it works with voice, just like Siri. So you could probably go ahead and create your own Jarvis version of yours. So I'll tell you what happens here. It purely works on the basis of it's not drag and drop, but like you just draw flowcharts. Okay, um, so what you need is a Google account. Who doesn't have today? So go to this website called thestoryline.io. Sign up for an account and log in. Now he's gonna ask you some permissions. That's basically Coggle.com. I don't know. I think it's affiliated with Google. I'm not sure, 100% sure about what Kaggle.com is, but it asks for permission. Just click on allow, and this will be the page that you'll see. Except for these are the two projects that these are just two test projects that I have. This is a very simple tool. I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new, and instead of me talking, I'm just gonna dive directly into the process, so you guys can see everything. So I'm gonna use Safari for building stuff. Like I said, I don't know why Chrome doesn't 100% support. No, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so if it works for you, well and good. So I'm gonna go ahead and, for the sake of this tutorial, they have a lot of templates here that you can see how to work with. But I'm just gonna go ahead and create one from scratch. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be greeted with a welcome to Storyline. I'm gonna click on next, and I'm gonna call this my own name here. So basically, what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna show you guys how to create a very simple voice based app that is just going to ask you, hello, or how are you. And if he's going to say I'm not good, or say how are you doing. If he says I'm not doing good, then he's gonna say I'm very sorry. And if he says I'm doing great, then it'll say awesome. That's it. Very simple application, but that should just demonstrate the capabilities. Now the first thing you have to do is, as you can see here, this is the starting point. You can see the plus button here. Click on that, and you will see a line drawn there. So now this is going to be the first statement that is going to be uttered as soon as I fire up my Amazon Alexa skill, or the first initial statement that is going to be fired up. Okay, so anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, hey, um, if you want to actually leave a space here, press command, oh sorry, say hey, uh, how are you doing today? Okay, and today, and I'm just going to put a so I'm just gonna go ahead and press on command enter. Oops, sorry. Control enter, I guess. Yeah, to leave some space, and I'll press on how are you doing today? Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna leave it like that. If you want to test it in the browser, you can test it, but as you can see here, Chrome doesn't. I mean, Safari doesn't support. So I'm gonna go ahead and test this on Google Chrome, and I'm gonna show a couple of things here. So if I'm gonna go ahead and test this on browser, I'm gonna start playing.
Hey, so how are you doing today?
I hold on a second.
Hey, so how are you doing today?
Alright, so actually it's working perfectly fine, but unfortunately because of the fact that I'm recording this video, you can't actually hear it, but it works perfectly fine. Okay, so this is just blunt, I mean just statements here. Now I'm gonna get some user input and validate that, and depending on whatever he says, I'm gonna branch that statement. I guess that's why they have these flowcharts. So let's go ahead and learn how to do that. First thing you want to do is, if you want to do that, first click on the plus button here. So after he says this, there are going to be two choices now. If he says I'm doing great or something like I'm doing great, that's going to be one possibility here, and the other possibility is going to be no. So I'm just going to go ahead and hold the keyboard shortcut, I mean shift plus return or shift plus enter key on your keyboard, and that will branch into a another area. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the double quotes that is going to be indicating the input. So these will be the two options that he's gonna say. He's gonna say either great or he's gonna say no, or whatever it is, a single word. Now, so once he's going to give these options, now we need to get a response here. So if he's how are you doing today? If he says great, I want to actually say awesome. All right, and if he says no, I'm going to say I'm so oh. You can actually go ahead and branch this again. So I'm so sorry. Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. Uh, I am so sorry. Now, with that, I can actually have one more statement here, right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus button here. And in this case, I'm going to press Alt symbol and else. Now, what happens here, as you can see here, is if the response is not great or not no, which means that it's going to be something else that's going to be random. If it's going to be a random response, it's going to be I'm sorry, can you saying, I'm sorry, can you try that again? Try me again, okay. Um, that's gonna be the answer. So basically, now you can again go ahead and click on the plus button, and you can have multiple statements. Okay, um, help. You're gonna say help, or the other option is going to be probably okay. So you can actually go ahead and build your application going like that. Okay, so next thing is going to be uh, good day for this, and for the help, he's gonna say, "May I help you?" But unfortunately, I don't have it. I don't really have an idea to extend this. Man, know how I can help you. Alright, so I guess I don't know really why do I have the option to bold the text and use these pictures, because this is completely voice based. I don't know, maybe I didn't just research enough. I'm gonna go ahead and test this on Google Chrome. I know it sounds pretty awkward here. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Okay, so we built our applications. Let me go ahead and test it right here. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this, but let's go ahead and test this out and see if it's working fine.
Hey, so how are you doing today?
Great.
Awesome.
So I said great and awesome, and that's it. It just got terminated there. I'll tell you what the problem with Google Chrome right now is. So if the developer is watching this, let me go ahead and report that to him. I'm not able to click on the plus button. I don't know why nothing happens. Um, I don't know. Whatever. I've given all the permissions to this person. Anyways, I'll go ahead and proceed here. So if you want to share this whole application, you can actually enable the sharing where URL, and you can click on that, and you can actually copy this URL, and you can send it to your friends. Now, if they actually open up this URL, they will see this particular page. Now, I know it looks very minimalistic, and they have their branding. I guess. Oh, okay. No, I just enabled it. Come on. If I enable it, it will actually come back. Okay, yeah. If I refresh this, then it will come back now. So so yeah, that's it. So you can see here, it's a very simple voice app. They can start the application by click on the start playing, and I guess you'll have more options to get rid of this. I guess so. I'm not sure. As of right now, I don't see any options to go with the pricing plan. They don't really have a lot of things here. Probably they'll have support for Google Home or Google Home later, because there's a lot of Google integration that goes on with this tool here. So I suppose they might have the uh, Google Home support later on. But for now, you may also want to know how to deploy to Amazon. So if I click on this, I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to my Amazon account. Um, you need to be logged into your personal account, not that page here. Now, Amazon Alexa also has an official tool to create skills. I guess their tool are GUI based, and you don't really have to know programming, but there's a lot of complicated terminologies that you have to deal with. And the interface with the storyline is perfectly, I think it's just perfect here. So I really like it, and if the storyline is going to support a wide array of platforms later, probably if they're able to support the Apple's HomePod as well. I don't know if anybody's gonna buy that, but nevertheless, it's just an suggestion. So I think this interface is really cool. The integration is really simple. All you have to do is you have to go to your page here, where you can go here, and not this one here. Let's go back. You have to go back to your dashboard on your Amazon developer account. It's perfectly developer.amazon.com. You have to register for it, and when you just follow the on-screen instructions for deploying here. You have just three steps here. If once you go ahead and deploy those, you just have to say the name of the application or the skill to your Amazon Alexa, and that will fire up your Amazon Alexa skill. So with that, you can actually see whatever you just created, or simply share the URL with your friends and see that working. That's it for now. I guess I've conveyed the message here. As for now, there's nothing else for me to add. I guess there's a lot of potential here in this platform. For anybody here who's creating some awesome conversational applications, feel free to share them with me so I can actually have a look at them. So as usual, guys, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, visit my website, and also check out creatortools.com for other great tools here. The uh, other tutorials that might be coming up here might be based on that particular website. So if you want to know more, visit my two websites, like I said, hasher.it and creatortools.com. And as I shall see you guys in another video very soon.